Welcome to the Pokemon Squad. My name is John. This is Kylie. We're shining the light of Christ one ride at a time. And today, Ehaho, God bless you. They hooked us up with the light whips and they look fantastic. If you'll stick around with me just for a little bit, I'll give you the rundown, show you an unboxing, and give you a little bit of a how-to and how to install these. They are super awesome, and the install really ain't that bad at all. Let's come check it out. All right, we have got the light whips from Ehaho. That's how I'm going to say it. Let's do an unboxing first, see what all we've got. And we've got my little girl over here. You'll probably hear her in the background. Got some zip ties. We've got a remote. Got the zip ties themselves. These are 3 foot. If you're wondering what size you need, this is about the size of a lightsaber. And so you can just imagine, which would be pretty cool, I think, once we hook it up. It's attached to a wire, but you can hold it. And so setup should be fairly simple. It's got a little diagram on there. You can switch it on and off. I think this is how you attach these little flags. This one comes with several different kinds. We've got Murica. I don't even know what some of this stuff is. Got a cat, leopard, or something like that. Don't tread on me. We've got springs here. This is actually, this will go onto your clamp right here where my pinky is. And then this is a quick attach, which is super nice. It will just pop on there. And I believe it just kind of works almost, yeah, like a gas, or trying to think, like an air compressor. Now, you will need mounts. I did have to purchase these separately. Depending on what kind of cage you have, if you've got a Polaris or like me, I've got the Uforce, you've got this cage that has, I guess, like an indention in it, you'll need a set of clamps like this. I think they call it like a Pro Fit, and it should latch on there some way, and we'll figure that out in a minute. Hopefully it will kind of, I don't know. We'll figure it out. And so you'll need one of these. Ehaho, I didn't see sells these, but they do sell for like a round bar. And so we should have really everything that we need. What I'm going to go ahead and do, we're going to go and test these out. I'm going to hook it up to a Ryobi battery. I've got an adapter, and it's just going to be a positive and a negative to that. And we'll go ahead and kind of show you how to wire the switch. And then we'll have fun actually putting it on the machine. This looks like very high quality products. I mean, it's really well laid out. We've even got the disconnects here to help you when you're running your wires. If you want to run these through the cage or something like that. Really, the only hard part about this is deciding where you want to run your wires. You can go up, kind of like I did with my speakers. They just go across there, over there, down in there. You will need to run this to a positive. I'll show you where to do all that. So hopefully we can have some fun hooking this up and it will look slick. Okay, so we've got everything unwrapped. And let's see what all we've got. Light whips. This will go to our switch. These are if you would like to hook this up to your blinker or brake lights. We're not going to be doing that. Of course, we've got these as well. I went ahead and mapped our wiring. I just took our little jumper wires and hooked them up according to method A. This is if whenever you turn your key on, you want the little light on that says light whips. If you hook it up this way and you don't have it if you've got it hooked up straight to your battery, this light will always be on. It will drain your battery. Hook it up this way if you're going to hook it up straight to your battery. But this way, at least when the key is on, this little light will be on and you can see it. And so that's what it looks like in real life. And so the way it will work, this part will go to our battery, and this part will go to our light whip, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so let's simulate like we are hooking this up to our battery. So I've got a positive and a negative here. Like I said, this is just to simulate. I've got a Ryobi battery here I can turn on and off for our 12 volt. And so this one says, if we look at it, this one that's connected to 2 will go to our battery. Let's do positive. This one will go to our negative. And if we pretend like we're turning our key on here, we see that that light comes on. So I just turned my key on. Now, if you've got this hooked right up to your battery and you wire it this way, the key was already on because there was no key. So this way you can turn off. You get in your ride and you turn the key over or ignition power on. That's what it will look like there. Okay, so now let's turn that off. Now we need to the bottom one, the bottom right, we need to hook this up. And it's easier to show it to you here than once we get this on the machine. Now you probably have to cut this and put some different wiring connectors on. I mean, it's nice that they did that, but it's not going to help us a whole lot. And we need a ground for this one. And I'm just going to share this same ground right here. So we're all going to share the same ground. I'm just trying to get it to hold on. All right, so hopefully it doesn't all pull apart, and it already has. It's hard to just hook this thing up temporarily. I don't want to make anything permanent yet, just for the demonstration purposes. So let's try this again. It's fine until I move this. Okay. I'm going to turn my key on, and then I'm going to see if that works. And it didn't because that came undone. There we go. It must be grounded. And so, and of course it's just on different settings. So turn it off, no longer running. Turn it on, and it starts doing different things. And they are bright. So not too complicated. So let's kind of run over that again. Whenever you wire it up like the diagram shows. The one that's on top goes to your battery. The one on bottom goes to your light whip. All the black wires, this one, and one going to your battery, all black wires, run all that to your battery. Or your negative, wherever that is. And that should be it. Hopefully that's clear as mud. Black goes to black, put them all to black. You're going to need one running to your light whip, one running to a negative part of your battery system, and then top red goes to your battery, bottom red goes to your light whip. And it'll fall apart, but you can see how it works. And when you turn it on, and if it doesn't fall apart, You can see the light turns on. Hopefully you saw it. I'm a professional, can't you tell? All right. Okay, all right, so we're going to take this. I took my nuts and bolts off of it, and we are just going to put this in there wherever you put your brackets at. You want to remind her zip tied. These brackets I bought, the screws aren't long enough, so that's not Ehaho's fault. So we'll just put our hardware on the bottom. I won't film that because I only got one hand. And then we will attach this and see what it looks like. I do like these clamps because you can change the angle. I've got them kind of at a 45-degree angle. I think that'll look pretty neat. We'll see what it looks like though. All right, so I've got that just loosely bolted here. I apologize for the extra excitement. So let's see if I can do this with one hand.
Yeah, we kind of know how to
so I'm going to pull it up and kind of stick it on. All right, so it's on there now. Let's kind of see what it looks like from back here. That's pretty cool. I'm going to back it up. It's pretty clean. All right, let's do the other side and see what they both kind of look like. Okay, got both of them kind of semi-attached. Pretty sweet. I was scared about the 3 foot, but I kind of like that. Wasn't sure if it was long enough. I do like it at that angle. All right, so now we need to start worrying about our wires. So I've got it. Back up for me, honey, if you don't mind. Thank you. All right, so we've got all these, and they need to run to the front. Now, you've got options. You could open this bed up, go right in here, underneath the seat, and you could fish them through the bottom. Now, you may need to add some extra positive and negative wire. I'm not sure, how much they gave us. Quite a bit. Or you could, like I said, run it up top. I'll probably run them both to one side. And then carry these up. So I'm just going to temporarily just run them just straight through. Like I said, definitely run them up top and come down somewhere. You could mount this box maybe right up there somewhere, and then you won't probably need these unless you're doing the blinkers, and then just run your positive and negative down from here. So that could be a good spot. You could put this where you wouldn't see it, or you could just have all your wires back here and go ahead and just splash your positive and negative and run them up front. It's really all you need is your positive and negative coming up here. And then we will get some stuff going to the switch. So I need to run this bottom one once again to my battery, and this one to the negative. So let's see where we can do that on my machine. Yours may be a little bit different. Kind of got 2 main options, 3 I suppose, but we want to get positive and negative. So on Cfmoto's, the easiest spot is in a second on your winch. Now, if you're like me, I have installed a bus bar. Polaris has come with a bus bar. Some of the other ones do as well, where you can get some power there, an always on or a keyed on. And so we've got 2 options. You just need positive and negative. You want, pretty decent amount of juice. A relay, like I said, would be better. But you don't have to have one, as I will show you. And so how am I going to do it? Well, if I didn't have the bus bar, I took it right up to this winch. It does have power all the time, so we wouldn't want to hook option A up on our diagram. We'd want to do option B so it didn't drain our battery. But on here, I can hook it up to a keyed on only. You see ACC. I've got a video on that if you want to see how to hook that up on your Uforce 800 XL. So let's get some lights going. Also for your switch, you can on the 800 XL just tug on these gently but firmly. You can kind of tug on them.
Daddy, how do you
Try not to lose your little white clips. And then you can push these out from the other side and put your switch in right here, or over there. Same. It might be harder to get on that one to push it through, but here is easy enough. And you can get your wires out there. You may have to drill a hole to get your positive and negative from here to there. Let's go ahead and get these lights going, see what they look like. Okay, so I've got it on. They really look cool. I'll give you some nighttime action here in a little bit. They look really good. Like I said, I don't have my wires permanently ran. I did want to kind of show you this hooked up temporarily. Maybe it'll make a little more sense now that it's actually firm. Okay, so we see the way we did it with wiring A. This is lit up as soon as your key's on. Here's my key. My key's off. So is my light thing. So it won't drain your battery. Now you can hook it up, straight to the battery, but we didn't do that. So I'm going to turn my key on. And now it's on. And then I can, of course, get the same frame. Turn that on with the switch. So, what did we do? Well, for the wire, for the negative, I'll let you try in a minute. We've got the switch jumped on the top two. It comes out. It connects into the black on the wiring harness of the light, and then it goes also to the battery. Then I have got the one up top only goes straight to the battery. The one on the bottom, it is switched together. It goes to the red on the light bar or light whip wiring harness. And so you can see the way it works. All right, now our little girl, what'd you do with the remote? Do you still have it? All right. Push us some buttons and see what all you can make it do. And I think it says you can hook it, where it goes to audio and things like that as well. Turn this off. Here we go. Let's get you some nighttime action here. That's really cool. So, of course, if you've got those brackets, you could raise them or lower them. I've got them just sitting there. Like I said, my brackets that I bought separately needed some longer screws, so they're kind of just sitting there. But that looks really, really mean. All right, so I'm going to get you kind of some nighttime riding around footage. I did, like I said, just hook this up temporarily. You would want to run your wires either up or down. I showed you where you could connect to that. You might have to drill a hole, to get your positive and negative this way, but you might be able to find a hole. And then you'll just run the wires like I showed you. Run the wiring like I showed you on this switch. And I would use these waterproof connectors, not these Wago connectors that I use. I'll use that temporarily so it won't fall apart. But this thing is super nice. Thank you, Ehaho, for sending me these to check out, and do a little riding around and see what it looks like. Fantastic, high quality product. Like I said, you can disconnect this wire. You just unscrew it, pull it off, and then you can lift up on that, and it will release. And we can put it on there and kind of pull up, and then just push back down. And there you go. You heard it kind of snap. Did it with one hand. Don't know how. All right, Kylie, turn it back on. She's up there playing with it. So there it goes. You can have them chase, do all kinds of cool stuff. Awesome, awesome product. Definitely recommend it. These are by far the nicest ones I've ever had. All right, guys, let's go see what they look like driving around. Here you can see I've got the positive and the black. Just find you somewhere to bring this up. It looks like right there would probably be a good spot. And just put your switch through right there. If you do it that way, if you hook it straight up to your battery, this will always be on. If I swap this over to here, over on the other side on this bus bar, this will go off until the ignition was on. And then, of course, pretty simple. This is what they look like kind of in the dim light. Of course, there's so many different options, and we'll get a little better once it gets a little darker. I'm just kind of cycling through all the different options. I know she's in the video a lot, but she won't get out of it. Yeah, you want back there in the back with them? All right, just start kind of pedaling around a little bit.